Hey guys, today I want to read a kind of different book to you. It's a very fun book that was given to one of my boys, and we really like it. It's called The Last Badge, and it's written by George McClements. This year, a young grizzly scout named Samuel Moss was determined to earn a place in his family album of Scouting of Greatness. For 12 generations, the album of Scouting Greatness had been part of the Moss family. Samuel knew that within its pages were mementos of great grizzly scout achievements performed by uncles, grandfathers, cousins, a dog, that's a long story, and even Samuel's father. He had earned a Golden Salmon Award. Although Samuel often dreamed about looking through the album, there was a rule that made it impossible. Rule. You have to be in the album to look at the album. Sorry. Samuel hadn't performed a great feat yet. He was no slouch, mind you. Within a short time, Samuel had earned every badge the Grizzly Scouts had to offer. Every badge, that is, except one. He's got thumb wrestling, igloo badge, lip syncing badge, plaque badge, web spinning badge, beard care badge, inside out eyelid badge, rocket repair badge, burping the alphabet badge, egg juggling badge, toenail clipping badge, Bigfoot tracking badge, outrunning a bear badge, sheep shearing badge, old lady crossing the road badge, swimming upstream badge, haunting badge, monkey grooming badge, fever badge, screaming badge, thermonuclear dynamics badge, ninja training badge, and UFO sighting badge. There, at the ever elusive Moon Frog badge. In fact, no scout had ever earned the badge. The Moon Frog badge. What are you doing looking down here? There isn't really anything to see. Honestly, you should be reading the next page. It has a lot of interesting information. The Grizzly Scout Guidebook. To earn the badge, a scout must provide evidence of the moon frog. According to myth, the moon frog hibernates for years at a time. It awakens when a solitary moonbeam shines upon its resting place. This occurs only once every 30 years. At the 12th hour of the 10th night of the 8th month, the lack of data makes calculating the exact location of the moon frog a nearly impossible task. Possibly due to the incredibly difficult task of finding a moon frog. This was it. His chance for greatness. Samuel would become the first Grizzly Scout to earn the Moon Frog badge. Days flew by as Samuel hunted through exotic bookstores and libraries, searching for anything written about the moon frog. Excuse me. Saturn, Mars, Earth, Moon, Pluto. Weeks turned into months as he studied planets and stars. He measured alignment, angles, and calculated moonbeam refractions. Entire weekends were spent photographing frogs of all shapes and sizes just to be ready. Say ribbit! Then one fateful night, after all the long hours and countless failures, hey, come back here! Success! He had found the location of the moon frog. Samuel shared his exciting news with his father, who pointed out a major problem. Samuel had been so focused on locating the moon frog that he had failed to notice that the 12th hour of the 10th night of the 8th month was that very night. He had only 3 hours left. 3. With no time to spare, the duo packed everything they would need for an overnight excursion and headed for the car. The trek to the moon frog was long, perilous journey. Samuel's directions had to be followed precisely, or the two would risk becoming lost forever. Drive out of the city. Right turns only, 9:15, tick. Hike the screaming forest, 9:39, talk. Wade across skunk swamp. Don't forget the clothespins, 10:18, tick. Crawl through the booger cave, 10:43, talk. Run really fast down at Avalanche Hill, 11 o'clock, tick. Turn left at the fork in the path, 11:17, talk. X marks the moon frog, 11:46, tick. They finally arrived at the campsite. Samuel only had 14 minutes until the moonbeam would awaken the sleeping moon frog. He had to act quickly. 11:50, apply the frog camouflage. 11:54, grab camera. Oh no, too many practice shots. Only one photo left. 11:57, run to the moon frog site. 11:59, stretch the photo finger. Can't afford a cramp. 12 o'clock, showtime! Soon, a stirring caused a few bubbles to surface. Then, two eyes popped from the mud and blinked. Blink, blink. Next, a head emerged, followed by a long leg with wiggling toes. Finally, the entire moon frog appeared, and much to Samuel's surprise, unfurled a magnificent crest. Samuel paused for a moment to admire the amazing frog. Then he sprang back into action and snapped a photo. Click! He did it! He did it! He did it! Samuel Moss had become the first Grizzly Scout ever to capture the photo of the moon frog. He would be famous. His photo would appear on the cover of Grizzly Scout Weekly. The mayor would present him with a moon frog badge, and he would, of course, get his own talk show. And most important, he would earn his place in the album of Scouting Greatness. When the news spread of his accomplishments, scientists from around the world would flock to meet him. He would show them his calculations and where he had found the moon frog. They would admire him for being so clever. But what if they wanted to study the moon frog? Would they dig it up and bring it to a laboratory to be poked and probed, to only spend the rest of his life in a glass jar? Moonicus Frogman. Samuel couldn't let that happen to such an incredible animal. He would keep the moon frog's photo and location a secret. Back at the camp, Samuel told his father the whole story. The family tradition of great scouts would not continue with him. His father looked shocked. Then he handed Samuel the album of Scouting Greatness. To Samuel's surprise, the album wasn't packed with heroic scouting feats. Instead, it was filled with pages and pages of moon frogs. 1880, 1910, 1970, 1940, 1970. Samuel's father explained that every generation of the Moss family had found the moon frog, and just like Samuel, they had decided to keep its location a secret. By protecting the moon frog, Samuel had become part of his family's tradition. Finally, he was a great Grizzly Scout. That night, Samuel's father regaled him with the tales of past moon frog outings. They fell asleep while trading photography tips. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. There it is. They're talking about the moon frog, that they're going to keep a secret and safe. There's their crazy map to find the moon frog. I Hope you enjoyed their book today.